Alright guys, welcome to my channel. Today we'll be taking apart the I.N.A. Industrial Day National Brazil. My revolver is a 6-shot 32 Smith & Wesson long. I believe this gun was imported sometime in the 70s into Miami. This is no hammer block safety gun. Now with any gun, before you look at it, I always recommend double check and make sure it's unloaded. You never know, and you don't want to take a chance with your life. And let me let you get a closer look. See the tiger engraving there. It's a 2-inch barrel. I'm under the impression they made these in limited numbers for the Brazilian Air Force and the Brazilian police detectives. But somehow this ended up in Florida. Now what I'm talking about is when you pull the hammer back and you're not touching the trigger and your shirt catches this, or maybe not your shirt, maybe it's your palm, just about anything. Whoop, there you go. So that's why you don't carry this one loaded. You definitely don't carry one with one behind that firing pin. That firing pin will swing all the way forward and hit that primer. So I personally would not recommend carrying this. If you're at the range when you're shooting, you also have to be careful. If your finger slips off of this, that gun will fire. There's nothing to stop it from hitting the primer. But other than that, I've shot maybe 500 rounds through this gun. It shoots nice. It's all steel constructed. Has the wood grips, the I.N.A. medallions, fixed sights, Pounce and Tiger. It's quite nice. Now, because this has a hammer nose moves around like that, floating hammer nose, that's what tends to break on this gun. And they're pretty hard to find, pretty hard to replace. There are some other hammer noses that you can kind of get in here. The exact models, I'm not sure. But this is a, basic Smith & Wesson clone. So a lot of times you can find interchangeable parts. All right, well, let's get this bad boy taken apart then. All right, let's get this bad boy taken apart. Now this I.N.A. 32, all the screws on it outside of the grip screw is finished. So you really want to invest in a nice pair of screwdrivers. That way you don't do any damage to the screws. If you do strip it, they're going to be close to impossible to find original screws. You might find them on eBay, but that'll be a little tough. Just gotta be careful not to get them out the notch there. So there's a screw. Get the next ones out. You want to be real careful with those screws here. Now the truth is, finding 32 Smith & Wesson long bullets is quite difficult. Find myself paying almost $1 a bullet, which is pretty expensive. Huh. You notice this will slide right out. Put that aside. Had a little glove problem. Look at that. Give you guys a better look at it. Well, let me work on getting that thing off. There we go. Alright guys, now that I got the plate off, you guys can see it in all its glory. There's a hammer right there. Right here you'll see the trigger. Won't use it because really shouldn't fire it with the plate off. Puts quite a bit of stress on all the little parts right over here. But there really isn't much to it. Now if you were needing to replace the hammer right here, I'd pop the spring. That'll loosen it up for you. You pull this piece back right here. That would move out the way of the hammer. That'll kind of let you get that out of there if there's no tension on it. As well, all the other little parts you might need to replace. But get it in, let you guys see it. I'll give it a little. You don't want to force it in there. Once you bend this plate, it'll never go back in there nice again. You just kind of want to baby it. A little tap. Before I do that, we're going to have to do this, aren't we? You'll see that's all there really is to it. So it goes back in there. That'll let you lock it. Oh, it's in there. Now we can put back in those screws. I don't tighten them all the way. I wouldn't recommend it until you have all the screws in place. Really just like you would with anything else. All right. And this screw, you'll notice, is a little bigger than the rest, but shorter. That will just drop right in here. Just use a larger screwdriver for that. And I got all the screws back in. Give it a little action tight. Now you'll notice the grips on this cover up that last screw right there. So you can't take apart the gun with the grips on it. All right. So just like that, we've taken apart the whole pistol, put it all back together. And you do a quick function test. That all works as intended. But that's it. They did make this gun in a 38. I don't have it in the 38, but I have seen it. I know people really don't like Brazilian revolvers, but you know, aside from this not having a hammer block safety, and aside from the fact that if you do carry it, you have to carry it with an empty chamber under the firing pin. I really can't stress how important that is. If this gun snags, it will fire. It won't be pretty. And to protect yourself from injury, you always want to be safe. But yeah, if you guys have any questions or comments, you want to see more of this gun, just leave me a comment and let me know. I'll be glad to pull it back out, give it a better review. You know, help answer any questions you guys might have. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, guys.